You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
MAGA candidate begs voters not to investigate Trump's billionaire buddy, based on an article by Matthew Rasa. Mike Rogers is selling impunity for Elon Musk. Former rep. Mike Rogers is asking Michigan voters to bankroll his Senate run by promising to protect Elon Musk from investigation. The immediate issue is not whether Democrats are being mean to Musk. It is whether a billionaire who helped drive sweeping cuts through the Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency can be held accountable for the damage those cuts caused, especially after it was targeted and the White House tried to eliminate it entirely. Power is not on the campaign flyer. The power in this story sits with the Trump administration, DOGE, and the people running the machinery of state. Musk did not merely comment from the sidelines. He was the executor of cuts that the source says weaken national security capacity and the ability to fight infectious disease. Rogers, by contrast, is a Senate candidate begging for money while pledging loyalty to Musk's protection. That matters. The public is being asked to confuse electoral theater with institutional control. Rogers is not defending a principle. He is advertising subservience to the richest man in the world. Rogers is fundraising on obstruction. His appeal is brazen even by modern Republican standards. He tells voters that donating to his campaign is directly shielding Elon Musk and frames possible oversight as a socialist retaliation plot. That is not argument. It is preemptive laundering of elite immunity. Rogers is trying to turn accountability into partisan persecution so donors will mistake obedience for strength. The message is simple. Pay me, and I will help keep the powerful out of reach. The damage is not abstract. The source grounds the stakes in USAID, an agency created to deliver foreign aid, global health support, environmental protection, education, and democratic institution building. DOGE targeted it. The Trump administration tried to eliminate it. And the experts quoted here do not describe that as harmless efficiency theater. Dr. Monica Gandhi says Musk's cuts have led to deaths and points to collapsed HIV and tuberculosis treatment access in South Africa. Sarah Nichols, who worked on USAID projects across multiple regions, says the normal safeguard would be an after-action report. Risselbach said there would be no such review. That refusal is the tell. When an operation cannot survive scrutiny, the people running it do not want reform. They want silence. The White House answer is a dodge. The White House response is a familiar script. Fewer rules, more responsiveness, more efficiency. That language is the political perfume sprayed over administrative destruction. It never explains why an operation with claimed cost savings does not merit an after-action report. It never answers for the humanitarian damage. It only insists that the president's agenda was implemented. That is not a defense. It is a confession that the point was power, not public administration. Musk's problem is not retaliation. Democrats like Ro Khanna are calling for investigation because Musk's role in DOGE demands oversight. That is not socialist retaliation. It is the bare minimum response to a billionaire using state power to rid through public institutions and then seeking political immunity from the consequences. Rogers' argument also collapses on its own political terms. Musk is already a liability. The source notes his blowout loss in Wisconsin and the backlash that pushed him away from direct political intervention. Rogers is hitching his campaign to a man many voters have already learned to distrust. That is not courage. It is desperation dressed up as loyalty. The pattern is billionaire immunity. This is the larger story. Oligarchs and their political clients want the public to accept that destruction is efficiency, that accountability is revenge, and that the people harmed by state sabotage should quietly absorb the loss. They slash agencies, refuse review, invoke anti-communist hysteria when questioned, and then demand praise for reform. The Democratic answer is not to sentimentalize the process. It is to name the structure. Musk at power. The Trump administration enabled him. Rogers is campaigning to protect the arrangement. And the consequences land on people far from Washington who never consented to any of it. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Alternet for today's article. With the automated voice of Kuzul, thanks for listening.